Please subscribe my channel. I never thought a regular Friday evening could turn my world upside down in a way that made me rethink everything I believed about love, trust, and who I am. My name is Brian, 36, and I live in a peaceful neighborhood on the outskirts of Charlotte. I've been married to Sarah for 12 years, and up until not long ago, our days felt solid, maybe even something others would envy. She's pretty, smart, and very independent. I've always respected her strong spirit, the way she can brighten any gathering without even trying. But recently, small problems started showing up. She didn't laugh at my jokes as much, she pulled away from my hugs, and she spent a lot of time on her phone, saying it was for work emails. I try not to worry too much. Life gets hectic, I thought. Paying bills, jobs, daily stress, it's normal. But that night changed everything and made it hard to pretend anymore. It began with a simple message, nothing big at first, but it felt heavy. Brian, we need to talk tonight. I didn't react much. She sometimes sent texts for everyday things, but something about it bothered me. When she came home, I was in the kitchen pouring a glass of wine, acting like I hadn't seen her staring at the floor or her tight shoulders, like she was hiding a big secret. Can we sit down? She asked in a quiet voice. I agreed, and we went to the living room. There was a long, quiet moment, the type that feels louder than any talking. At last, she looked up, avoiding my eyes, and said, I want a night with another person. Those words hit like a shock. I stopped moving, my thoughts racing with shock, hurt, and an odd, clear feeling. Her next sentences came out almost normal, like she was talking about what to eat for supper, instead of something that could break our marriage. It's not about leaving you. I just want to try something new. Only one night, that's it. My heart felt tight. At first, I felt mad, angry mixed with pain. How could she say this? But then a calm thought came to me, one I didn't know I had. I breathed deep, trying to sort my messy feelings. Getting mad wouldn't help. Reacting fast wasn't strong. Staying calm was. I hear you, I said at last, my voice steady and gentle. You want one night with someone else. I'll give you two choices, and you pick one. But know this, they're not what you think. Her eyes widened. A quick look of interest broke through the awkward air. She wasn't used to me talking this way. So controlled, so firm. I saw her body shift a bit, a small pause, like she suddenly realized I might not react how she expected. I described the first choice. She could go ahead and do this. One night only, but with clear rules. She couldn't touch anything that was part of our life together. No using joint money, no close moments after, no hiding things. We'd agree on limits. And most important, she'd come back to our marriage feeling the same way. She'd return home in the morning, and we'd go on like normal without hidden pain from lies. The second choice, I explained carefully, was totally different. She could leave and do whatever she wanted, no rules, no limits. But if she picked that, I wouldn't stay the same person she knew. I'd cut all ties that connected us, feelings, money, everything. Our shared life as she knew it would stop. Her mouth opened, but nothing came out. The quiet grew heavy and hard to bear. I felt the weight of the decision on us both. This wasn't a joke. This was a serious talk. This was where love faced real life, where decisions had real results. And she saw that. The small spark in her eyes from thinking about freedom faded to worry. The first sign of doubt appeared. She began to talk, trying to argue, to say why she needed this. I listened without stopping her, letting each word sink in, because in that quiet in her words, I was learning her true reasons. I wasn't afraid. I wasn't begging. I wasn't mad. I was truly seeing her in that moment, a woman at a crossroads between wanting something and facing what it would cost. Not sure which way would shape our future. Time went by. It felt like minutes, but was hours. We talked about old memories, shared laughs, and tears, like carefully uncovering fragile parts of our past. And all through it, I stayed calm and firm because I knew a key truth. If she picked without thinking, if she chose wanting over staying true, I had to make her see the real cost of choices. My steady attitude was my quiet strength, and I noticed it in her changing looks, surprise, pause, and then growing fear. At last, she seemed to decide. Or I thought so. She leaned back, her lips shaking, eyes moving between me and the floor. I don't know if I can pick either, she said softly. That's when I sat back, letting my words hang in the air. Then you've already chosen. Not me, not our marriage as it was. You've chosen not knowing what comes next, and that has results. She breathed in sharply, a small sound like admitting something. I could see the fear, the surprise, the understanding that I wasn't someone to push around or convince easily. For the first time, she looked scared, not of me, but of herself and what her choices might cause. The evening went on, with quiet broken by sighs, distant road sounds outside, the clock ticking like a reminder. And in those moments, I knew this night was a turning point because the next day, things would be different. The following morning, I got up before Sarah. The home was still, with a quiet that brought both heaviness and clear thinking. My thoughts went over every word from the night before, every small pause in her eyes. I had given her two paths, both meant to show the truth about what she wanted and more about who she was. What I didn't expect was how much her decision, or lack of one, would hurt the careful balance in our marriage. She came out of the bedroom later, her robe tied loosely, hair wet from the shower. Her eyes looked for mine, unsure, like waiting for anger, begging, or giving up, but I showed none. Calm had grown in me overnight, a strong shield made from knowing the truth and controlled anger. Have you decided? I asked, my voice even low, strong. She shook her head, a nervous small laugh coming out. I don't know if I want either, she said quietly. It was honest, but not the kind that eased things. It showed her doubt, and in showing that, she had already given up some control. I leaned back slowly, fingers together, letting silence fill the space a bit. Then you've already picked, I said. You've chosen wanting without thinking about us, interest without promise. You've chosen fear instead of clear answers, and every choice brings results. Her mouth opened, eyes big, like she just saw I meant it. Not mad, not pleading, not begging, serious. And in that moment, the quiet change in who had control showed. For the first time in a long while, the space between us wasn't just tense. It felt alive with the chance for something new. Then I explained the facts. The first choice was easy, one night, no more. Rules followed, and life goes on. You turned that down by not deciding, so that's set. The second was full freedom, a clear end. You turned that down too, which leaves one clear fact. I can't stay in a marriage where doubt controls wanting, where interest beats staying true, where love depends on sudden ideas. I can't live in waiting while you think about dreams. Her face changed, fear, sadness, annoyance, but words couldn't fix it now. I wasn't discussing. I was saying truth. Tonight, I went on, you can go. Take your things, your freedom, your doubt, or stay and follow the rules I've set. But know this, I won't keep allowing ideas that hurt my respect or peace of mind. A shake went through her. She looked around our home, eyes stopping on pictures from trips, our dog, little reminders of 12 years. Things that used to comfort her now seemed to point out her doubt. She started to speak, stopped, then asked, "And if I go?" "You handle the results," I answered plainly. "No extra money beyond what's required by law. No use of joint accounts. No trying to control things. Your decisions, your outcomes." More time passed in strong quiet, and I saw the inner fight. Mix of wanting, routine, comfort, and fear. Then near evening, she acted. Not what I thought. She gathered her main items, paused at the door, and looked back at me. "I choose neither. I need time." The words were soft, weak. I met her eyes. "Time isn't a choice," I said. "Not deciding is deciding. Every moment you wait, the path you don't take becomes yours. You can't stop life at the edge of wanting. You have to choose." That's when it really hit her. She left quietly, with a small bag, leaving behind 12 years of togetherness, the usual comforts, the sense of control she thought she had. And as she went, I felt something surprising, relief, clear mind, and the first real feeling of independence in a long time. In the days after, I built my days around sure things instead of guessing. Sarah had her night, or whatever she turned it into. And I had my freedom, my space, my clear thoughts. There was no mean feelings, no small payback. The excitement surprise, and tension were in the choice itself, in seeing what decisions really mean. And now it had happened completely. Messages came, emails, texts, hints from others. Little tries to discuss, beg, or control. But I stayed calm, firm. I had given choices. She turned them down. My limits were now solid. And in that calm, I learned something important. The story wasn't just about hurt or wanting. It was about clear thinking, about knowing your own value, about not letting someone else's changing ideas control your life. Weeks passed, and I sat in the living room one evening, warm light filling the spots she used to take. I thought back to the night she told me, the two choices I offered, and how simply true it all was. Wanting can't set the rules. Interest can't ignore respect. And love, no matter how strong, needs matching honor. In the end, the night she asked for someone else showed not only her wants, but my strength, my clear mind, and my way of handling hurt without breaking. The surprise, tension, and excitement were strong, yes, but the real discovery was inside me. I found a part of myself I didn't know was there. One able to face wanting, temptation, and doubt without giving in. Sarah never came back. I didn't look for her. And still, I didn't feel empty. I felt whole in a way that only settling big tension, surprise, and choices can bring. Our marriage ended not with big fights, yelling, or harm, but with calm, firm, clear thinking. A night of honesty that finally gave back my own respect. I learned that night. When someone asks for something impossible, when wants clash with staying true, the best answer isn't anger or begging. It's clear thinking. Give the choices. Stick to the results. And let truth, and only truth, lead the way.